Am I the asshole for canceling my niece's trip so I can go on one with my boyfriend? So I, 26F, initially planned on going with my niece, 11F, and brother, 37M, on a trip to her mother's home country during summer vacation. My niece's mother died when she was less than a year old, and the trip was going to be the first time my niece would be visiting her mother's home country, as well as the second time she gets to see her maternal grandparents since her mother's death. However, my niece suffers from attachment issues, which cause her to have severe anxiety. As a result, she has panic attacks whenever she goes to unfamiliar places without her dad or I present. Short trips to nearby places are fine with just her dad, but because this trip will be for a month and somewhere far away, that is very different than what she's used to. I have to be present for the trip to happen. I had agreed to the trip about a year ago under the pretense it would likely happen in July of this year. Last month, my boyfriend, 26M, asked me to spend 2 weeks with him and his family in Italy during August. I agreed as it wouldn't interfere with my niece's trips. However, last week, my brother told me that he could only get time off for the last 2 weeks, or the first 2 of August during summer vacation, which interfere with the trip to Italy. My boyfriend can't reschedule it as it is the only time that works for his family. I asked my brother about moving his niece's trip to sometime during the school year, but she has recitals and events that she can't miss. Originally, I was planning on missing the trip, but after speaking about it with my boyfriend's sister, she hinted at my boyfriend proposing to me during the trip. My boyfriend and I have been together since we were in high school, and a large reason why we aren't engaged yet is because my niece's dependency on me. He's been more than understanding towards the situation, which would make me feel awful if I delayed the proposal for my niece again. To be honest, I'm also tired of having to put my life on hold for my niece, so I told my brother I couldn't go on the trip with them, which essentially meant that he had to cancel the trip. He was very mad at me, probably the most I've seen him since niece was born, and called me an asshole as well as some other choice words for accepting to go on another trip when I had already agreed to this one. I was taking my niece to therapy this week, and the therapist pulled me aside to tell me how much my decision was hurting my niece. She didn't sound like she was blaming me, but it made me start to rethink my decision. I brought it up with a few friends and the reactions were mixed. So, am I the asshole?